Hey, it's Love During Lockup. We're going to be talking about the hot mess of Indie and Harry. Hey, everybody. How are you guys today? Let me try to adjust my camera a little bit. There we go. It is me, the infamous Kiki. We're doing another episode of Love During Lockup today. And who am I? The infamous Kiki. There's videos about me. You learn more about my story. I've been in Wall Street Journal. I'm an artist, business owner, mom, gift to gab. There's several different YouTubers that I'm on their show. Geo Malik is one of them. Look up Geo Malik, GeoMlak. He goes live. I'll be on there chopping it up with him and other folks or whatever. So if you're from Geo's channel, what's up? What's a big shout out to According to Amber. If you have not checked out her channel, please do. She does the gossip for all these reality shows. She is great. She's the reason, her and Geo are one of the reasons why I do what I do. They're my inspiration. Oh. And if you want to support the channel, my God, I can forget. If you want to support the channel, let's see. What do? I do health and beauty, which includes soaps, shampoos, body wash, bath bombs. I do special requests, custom orders for any type of holiday or any type of occasion. I know Valentine's Day is gone. St. Patrick's Day is coming up. Easter's coming up. I do all kinds of products. I have links to my Etsy shop. You get 20% off. I have 3 Etsy shops. 3 5-star Etsy shops. So, and then my other Etsy shop is jewelry. If you're into anime, I do anime products and anime jewelry. And then if you're into clothes and home decor, I can literally design anything: pillows, blankets, t-shirts, sweaters, hats, whatever. And like I said, take a look at my Etsy shop. Just take around, look a little bit. And if you need something, you can message me on there and be like, hey, I watch you on YouTube and I will hook you up. Or if you need a custom order, I will hook you up. I have fast shipping. I try to ship as fast as I can. And like I said, all my shops are 5-star. So I'm a star seller, and I've been doing this for over 2 years now. But anyway, today we're going to talk about Love During Lockup. We're going to talk about Miss Indie and Harry. So let's get it in. So on this episode, Miss Indie, she drove all the way to Ohio. She was at the No-Tell Motel, Roach Motel, with the stray dogs walking by. Y'all saw the crime scene hotel, I like to call it, because it looked like a CSI crime scene. It was broke down phone, broke down AC, girl, it broke down everything. Okay, so Indie is in Ohio. She took her mom and her brother and her sister and her daughter with her to help her move her stuff, even though she didn't have that much stuff in the U-Haul, but all right. So she goes and visits Harry's sister, okay? So she goes to visit Harry's sister. Now, why is it that when she went to go visit Harry's sister, she was looking around like, oh, this is a nice place. I was thinking, India, you trying to move in? Am I the only person that thought that? I was thinking she was kind of casing the place like, because she don't have a plan. She don't have a place to stay. So I kind of thought it maybe in her mind, maybe in her scattered little mind, naive mind, that maybe she thought she was going to meet Harry's sister and they were going to hit it off so well, and maybe Harry's sister was going to be like, oh, you can live here. But, of course, that didn't happen. Spoiler alert, that didn't happen. So she talks to Harry's sister, and the comments that Harry's sister have afterwards, was pretty telling. But she talks to Harry's sister, and then Harry's sister's like, well, he's getting out of jail, and you're going to bring him in your household with your child. He's going to have an instant family, and basically just, trying to tell her in a so roundabout way without throwing her brother on the bus, like, my brother's young, he's been in a lot of trouble all of his life. Like, she was trying to tell her, but Indy was just like, oh, everything's going to be great. I have faith, and da, 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 da. Also, spoiler alert, for those who don't want to know or don't know, Indy and Harry are going to be on the next season of, Life After Lockup? They're going to be on the next season. So apparently Harry does get out and move in with Indy, and where they live and what's going to happen, I can't wait to see. I cannot wait. You just don't know. I cannot wait to see this. But yeah, and then Harry's sister's like, she seems okay, but she seems a bit crazy. Yolanda like totally clocked her. She was like, this chick is got a screw loose somewhere, but she didn't say it like that. But that's pretty much like how she put it, was like that Indy was kind of off a little bit. That she kind of crazy. Like, it had me cracking up. So that was their meeting. But meanwhile, Yolanda, Indy's mom, the bail bondswoman, and then Indy's brother, I forgot his name. This is his thirst trap brother. Okay, because the brother is, whoosh, brother's fine. It's good. It's a good looking man. But so they go and they visit a retired detective and ask about Harry's charges and what happened. It was Harry and two other acquaintances, friends, defendants, whatever. And they robbed this man by gunpoint, made him go to an ATM machine. They put this dude in the trunk. The dude just happened to get away, and go and get help. And that's the reason why they got caught. So really, they probably was planning to like rob and murk this dude. And that's not cool at all. Like, that's not cool at all. So they're learning all of this. So they go to Indy and they tell her, they're like, look, we talked to a retired detective. This is what happened. And so WETV, I call shenanigans. Again, WETV. So Yolanda and Thirst Trap brother reenact what happened to this man who apparently got robbed. And they hold Yolanda down and then they drag her into the store and they're like, how would you feel? How would you feel if this happened to you? And then Indy's reaction was, well, I've been robbed before. Blah, blah. Girl, you've been robbed before. Girl. That wasn't the reaction I expected. Well, I've been robbed before. Okay, but have you been robbed at like gunpoint? That man could have lost his life. Like, if he wouldn't have got away, I don't know what would have happened. I mean, honestly, Harry could have been in there for straight up 187, like homicide. Like, I'm just like, her reaction was, well, I've been robbed before. What? Like, no big deal. I've been robbed at gunpoint before. Who hasn't? Who ain't been held up and forced to get money at the ATM? I mean, I was like, girl, are you crazy? Do you hear yourself? Like, that's not normal. And so she gets away from her brother and her mom, and she's just like, I'm not trying to hear what they're trying to say. They're just trying to scare me. And Indy and her mom, Indy and her brother and her mom, they are like still like on this, like, we gotta convince her. But I don't think they're gonna convince her. But it was hilarious that Indy's reaction was so just nonchalant. And she said that she knew about Harry's charges, that he told her all this stuff. But something in her eye kind of tell me that she was kind of lying. Like, I think he told her what he was in prison for, but I really don't think he really gave her the details like they did. Because you could see, like, her face, there was a look of conflict and confusion, and like she was hearing things she hadn't really heard before. Like, she had heard some of it, but I'm sure she didn't heard that this dude was basically was on a stick-up. Like, he was a stick-up kid, basically, Harry was. And they stuck this guy up for money. And then the question is, like I said, when you hear people have robbery charges or charges of somebody stealing something, doing fraud, like Dalton and all his check fraud and credit card fraud charges and identity fraud, you're like, if somebody is that desperate and that violent to stick up somebody, to kidnap somebody, to rob somebody, to forge documents and IDs, you got to think, my first question would be, why did you need the money? Yes, I would ask about the robbery charges and what happened. But my other question would be, what were you doing in your life that you so desperate to rob somebody that you could have possibly ended this man's life? And for some what? And they didn't even, I think, I forgot how much they said, but it wasn't even enough money. Like, for $100, a couple $100 or so? That would be my next question. Like, what was going on in your life that you felt like this? Not getting a job was an option, which he could have got a job. Not going to borrow money from a family member was possibly not an option for these three people. None of y'all had no family members give y'all no money. That y'all had to go stick somebody up and rob somebody. Like, that means, like, either they were either owed somebody some money because they were involved in some kind of illegal narcotic activities, or they were hooked on addicted to narcotics or something, because people don't just wake up one day and just get a gun and go stick people up and finna go rob them or kidnap them or shoot something up or something. like, hurting somebody, assaulting somebody, beating somebody up because they slighted you, they owed you money or something, or they angry with them, that's one thing. But actually going actively robbing people and putting your life in danger, and knowing that you probably gonna get caught, that's a sign of desperation for somebody who's probably, to me, that signs that somebody's addicted to narcotics. You're addicted to some sort of drug. And so when you're dealing with that, you don't want a person to come out of jail and they still an addict. Like they haven't taken any kind of narcotics while they're in jail, which let me take it back. Knowing these days and what goes on in jail, yes, there are prisoners who get access to drugs in jail. Like, don't ever get that twisted. I know whole people got whole. I mean, I don't know people personally, but I've heard about people having whole narcotics operations in these prisons. I know people that got addicted to drugs in prison. Like, I know that sounds crazy, but that's another time for another video. But yes, people do have access. If you got money, or whatever, you have access to drugs and cigarettes. And sometimes people even make their own hooch. They make their own alcohol. My ex, who was in prison, he got in trouble. He got extra time because he was making alcohol in his cell. So it does happen. So yeah, I would really ask a person, were they addicted to drugs? And what are you doing about that addiction? Are you taking classes and groups and therapy in prison? There's plenty of classes you can take, group therapies you can take to help you with your addiction, because you don't want him getting out of prison and falling right back into temptation. If you guys watch Love During Lockup or Life After Lockup or Love After Lockup, whichever show you want to watch, there's a if you know Christiana and John, Christiana, just so you hear, she's back in halfway house, back in jail. Like I said, you can watch my girl According to Amber, and she does a skinny on that. If you watch those season of shows, and she was fighting addiction before she went to prison. That's the reason why she went to prison. She got out, got married to John. The show they were on 2 seasons of the show, and then now she's was on the internet selling her phone, was in trouble, have left John, and then back on the train again of addiction. Addiction is a hard thing to deal with and to get over. And so yeah, if you're talking to somebody in prison, whether they be male or female, whether you're on this show or not, ask them about their charges and what happened and the crimes that they did. And you could be not non-judgmental and be supportive, but then you need to ask the right questions of why were you doing these things? What happened? These are things that you really need to ask, because again, if you're dealing with somebody who has drug problems, you don't want them to get out in society and fall back down into that hole of addiction again. And that applies to any kind of addiction: alcohol, drugs, sex addiction, anything. It's something that they need to work on in jail, and then while they get out of jail, they need to go to therapy as well. And again, on these shows, I don't see anybody mentioning anything about them going to therapy, them getting some kind of addiction counseling. I don't hear any about this on these shows. These men and women just fall in love with these people. These people get out of jail. They fall right back into the lifestyle that they had before. They fall back in with the same group of people or same type of people, even though they may have moved a whole nother state. But somehow these people find these ne'er-do-wells that they fall back in with them again. And it's the same cycle. And then, the person ended up getting heartbroken, because you can't force somebody to stay straight. You can't force anybody to live a lifestyle that they don't want to lead. And the longer they've been in prison, the more of the taste of freedom is alluring. So if you've been in prison for a couple of years, okay, yeah, it take you a while. But you've been in prison for 5, 6, 7 years. You done missed out on some technology. Things have changed so much in 5 years. I mean, they get out and they just oh my God, their eyes is open. They see this and they see that, and they have freedom. And then if you couple that with being on a TV show, and then, that's a lot. That's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure. And then I think mental health needs to be the focus. But of course, it's a reality show, and they want to make it as sensationalized as it is. It's not about being actually real. It's actually more about being entertaining. So that was my take on Indie and Harry. Like, share, subscribe. What's up to Ty, who watches my videos and loves my channel, girl? I love you too, girl. I love you too, girl. I think y'all have. I secretly have a crush on Ty. Yeah, I'm just gonna put it out there. Like Ty to me is a very attractive woman. She deserves more. Seems like she can throw them hands. We'll see it. I don't know. I like a feisty one. So I like to say shout out to all the people who watches my videos that are on these shows. Like I said, I don't mean no shade. I don't mean Miss Kiki do not mean no harm. I love y'all all. Y'all keep doing y'all thing. Make your money. Get your hustle. Max, get your hustle on. You know I support you. But all the rest of the people out there, I don't mean no harm. I don't mean no shade. I don't know y'all from Adam. And especially my sisters out there, I support y'all. I just want y'all to do better and find better and be happy. And I do hope it works out for y'all. I don't wish failure in anybody's relationship because I know how it is. Like I said, your girl know how it is. I've dated dudes who've been in prison, who've been in jail, who've had criminal records, and just I've dated dudes who've had addictions, and know I've from firsthand experience how that has affected me as a person, how that's made me a bit more jaded and more skeptical of people because of things that I've experienced in toxic and dysfunctional relationships. That now I'm 45, almost 46, and I'm still a human being, still working through certain things, but I'm really over that hump. But in my 20s, I was not. I was on top of that hump. I was just all on the hump, just laying all over it, just kissing it. I was just all into like dysfunction, toxic, thug love, all of that. I was all of that. So y'all like, share, subscribe, comment. Until the next episode, like I said, I don't know if I'm gonna do Gabby and Haley. I may wait until they have a little bit more. Haley, there wasn't really much to say. Something really shocking. Something shocking happened, but not too shocking. Gabby and Chris, I may do that video. I don't know, y'all. We'll see. But the new episodes come on tomorrow, so I might just hold it down for the next episode. So y'all have a great day. Peace.